Hello, my name is Kyle Hirschfeld, and today I'm going to be talking to you about why the study of Western civilization is relevant today. Firstly, I'd like to start off by allowing for the arguments against the idea and the study of Western civilization. There has been much debate in this regard, especially in the last 60 years, as the idea of an inherently better and more worthy of study civilization existing in the West as opposed to the East has rankled many critics. Examples of this preference for Western civilization can be seen in the work of Will and Ariel Durant, who denigrate the history of China, India, and Japan to a single volume in their collection Story of Civilization, dedicating a further 10 volumes to the more Eurocentric cultures of the so-called West. A response to this might be that in the United States and in other Western nations espousing ideas derivative of ancient Greeks and Romans along the ideas of freedom and liberty, much of the political and economic culture on which these nations were founded exists because of advances in European political thought, history, and indeed the interplay of Western European nations. The study of this interplay can lead to a broader and deeper understanding of what Western civilization is and why it is important to study Western civilization today. The preponderance of Western over Eastern cultures is not the only foible which critics of the idea of Western civilization decry. One question which they ask, and it is geographic in nature, is which states and nations can be labeled as inherently Western? If it is a matter of geography, then why is Russia not considered Western? Why is Greece not considered Western? Why does the line delineate France, England, the United States, and Canada away from the Muslim countries of the Near East? Many nations which would be considered Eastern, like Greece, the Byzantine Empire, or the Muslim states of the medieval period, had a greater claim to Greek and Roman thought, especially in the realms of uh, science and medicine, since those ideas did not leave those nations. Those ideas and the books and the collected works of many philosophers found their way to those nations and stayed hidden, and not hidden, but safe in those nations. So why then do Western cultures say that they are the inheritors of Eastern, ancient Greek and Roman ideas? The answer is that despite these points, Western civilizations and its study is indeed legitimate if one presents the study of it in a well-defined and limited scope. Through an analysis of the impact of ancient ideas of freedom and liberty from the Greeks and Romans and how those ideas have helped to shape modern cultures, one can trace a through line of historical significance while still giving other cultures in the East their due diligence in other courses of similarly limited scope, by way of tracing of how Western cultures recovered, then adopted, and then ultimately adapted ideas like freedom and liberty from the ancients in Greece and Rome. Those ideas of freedom and liberty have a decidedly different meaning today than they did in the ancient world, but still, the ideas of today evolved from the ideas of yesterday. A study of Western civilization is important and necessary as it is the study of how ideas and cultures spread and grow. The ways those ideas and cultures have been spurned or spurred on, and it shows the slow growth of constitutional societies in the face of monarchical and tyrannical impediments. Thank you for watching.